Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to this spontaneous unscripted video where I'm going to talk about the bipolarity of my mother, how can I help her and help myself as well. So I just woke up and I feel calm and peaceful enough to dive into this very sensitive subject. Plus it's a very soft, windy September day. It's not too cold. It's like the wind is gentle in my room and I feel really good to, talk about this. And I'm doing this to get some things out of my chest and to help you as well if you have a bipolar parent and you are really lost and concerned on how to help them. And I want to tell you that be courageous, stay helpful, and I promise you things are gonna get better. So my story starts when I was around 3 or 4 years old. The day where I went with my dad to my mother's psychiatric facility. We went there to visit her and actually to take her out of that place because she's been there like for 2 weeks or a month. I don't really remember. I was a child. All I remember is that I really missed mom and I want to just bring her home with us. And I was so happy because we took with us this box of a delicious North African plates called couscous with some dry grapes. So, growing up, my mom actually was an ideal mother. She took well care of me and dad. She was attentive to the smallest detail in the house. She was hilarious, caring, loving. She was a great cook. She was always funny and cracking jokes. So I had a nice childhood, to be honest. My parents took well care of me, but despite that, I noticed that my mom had some periods where she was really sad and depressed, or where she was really hyperactive, and she didn't really have a sense of logic sometimes. And especially when we went out with her, she used to do some weird behaviors. And back then I used to think that mom is like trying to embarrass me in purpose, or she was disrespectful and does not respect society. So yeah, even though she was a loving mom, she had these depressive episodes and some weird behaviors that I could not really explain. So I stored some anger against her because I was diving in misunderstanding to what's wrong with her. And even my father didn't really know that she was bipolar. He thought that she was just having some past trauma and depression. So, excuse me, my mom's bipolarity got worse when I reached 19 and I lost vision completely due to a retinal detachment. From that day till now, her mental health started deteriorating and spiraling. Maybe she handled many traumatizing events in her life because she was like an orphan. She lived in a foster house. She was a homeless once. She really suffered a lot. But seeing her beloved daughter, her world losing sight, it was more traumatizing for her, I guess, than me. So her bipolar phases started to be really noticeable, like depressive days. Sometimes she's so euphoric and happy. Bipolars are the best. They are so funny when they are in this like happy state. But they can be dangerous to themselves because she sometimes forgets the gas, or yeah, she's sometimes not aware. But with years, and because she refuses to take her treatment, things got even worse. She started developing hallucinations, psychosis, and delirium. So she has some days where she's very, very verbally aggressive toward me and my father. She shamed us. She told us that you two are useless, that you both are blind. You're blind, you're not a good family. She starts shaming us because of my blindness, and she has a lot of anger toward my dad. Well, he got his flaws as well, but he's a very loving husband and father. And even though he's blind, he's actually really, really taking care of the house and everything, you know? He's active, he does everything basically for us outside of the house. But in her mind, he's a bad guy. In her mind, he's conspiring against her. So she's getting paranoid. And even though, as I said, she's verbally abusive, no, I'm not gonna call it abuse, because listen up, guys. Abuse is when it's intentional. And you have to know that if one of your parents or a sibling gets harmful toward you and hurtful toward you, just know that he is not intending to hurt you. So we cannot call it abuse, okay? But even though that I'm conscious of that, sometimes she gets aggressive and hurtful, and I start sometimes yelling and cursing back. But with the passing of time, I learned that Khadija, calm down. This is not your mom speaking, this is her disease. I started like hating the disease instead of hating my own mother. Okay? And by the way, if you're taking care of somebody who is bipolar, you have to know that your peace of mind and taking care of yourself as well is a priority. So you can withdraw in any time you feel like there is a lot of chaos around the house. You can just stay in the room, put some headphones, and listen to music and try to disconnect. You do not always have to be there in like the drama, the battlefield. So for me, for example, when my mom is like yelling non-stoppably, well, of course I make sure that she is not in danger. Like I take her out of the kitchen, far from the knives, and I take her out of the balcony, because sometimes she starts yelling in the balcony, and we take her inside to the living room. We make sure that she's safe, and I just withdraw to my room, recharge for a few hours, and then get back again to soothe her. The problem with my mom is she refuses to take her medication, and my father as well. He's not really supporting me in taking her to a psychiatrist because he's so tired, you know. He took her to many psychiatrists. He tried like thousands of times to give her medications. She always throw it in the bathroom. So my father, like, he's defeated, but I completely understand him. He lacks like mental health awareness, but I'm not gonna give up on my both parents, and I'm gonna be persistent in the idea of giving her medication. I will never give up, and I will always take care of myself. And you guys know what? My father refuses to give her medication or to take her to a psychiatric facility because once when he went to her cell, he found her completely naked. And you know, in psychiatric facilities, they strip them when they are really outrageous. They inject them with some calming substances, and when they do that, they have to strip them. So my father, when he went to her psychiatric facility, like back in the late 90s, and he found her all naked and unresponsive, he got really traumatized of that. he didn't know that in the psychiatric hospitals they do that for their safety. And so my father now, he's saying that he is ready to handle and like suck and receive all of her aggression, but he will never take her to that place again. He will never take her to a place where her dignity is not respected. And I completely understand him. I mean, he loves his wife, but me too. I will never take her to a public hospital again, at least in my country. These services are different from a country to another, but I will give her medication, and if ever things got worse, I will take her to a private psychiatric hospital where she might receive better help. Excuse me, I need to drink. So that's basically my story. What I wanted to add is, please take care of yourself, your mental well-being, and if you're having a bipolar person in the house, you need therapy as well. Me myself, I have post-traumatic disorder, and taking care of a bipolar mother is even harder for me. So yeah, I hope my video was helpful. Please do not forget to like and follow, and I'm gonna update you with my mom's healing journey and also my healing journey as well. Bye bye.